One way of doing this noble checking that we have the correct people is maybe to compare to other sources. One source is Wikipedia, and Wikipedia has all its data in Wikidata. So I will show you how I did this. House of Vasa is something then which I found. I did a list of the most linked categories, and then I say 5,000, then I get the long list, and then I did a search on house. So then you get most of those categories. But I think a house is also part of European noble houses, so then that could be checked. But that I didn't do. So then we have House of Vasa. And if we check in Wikipedia, that's the House of Vasa. So then we go to House of Vasa, add this. Then I would like to have we could do like this, that we say, oh, sorry, I run in Swedish. I would like to lock the two first rows, so then we can see them. Then we have House of Vasa somewhere. There it is. And then when I found it here, then I can go down and click on Wikidata item. So that means that we go to the Wikidata item for House of Vasa. So if you are a person part of House of Vasa, then you should have this Q210601 attached to your profile. So here we did a search on House of Windsor, and to change this to House of Vasa, then we change this number, and here we have the questions. Say, find all noble houses. So this is a stupid question, but I'm not the best on this. And there are an instant of House of Vasa. And then give me all the people. And then I say optional on all the attributes, and then we change so that the WIkiTree ID we get there is to a full earl, and also find a grave. Then you also have other two places like genealogics, but I didn't show them. So now I did a search, so that means that we got 18 people from House of Vasa in Wikidata. So then I say House of Vasa. Here we say 18 people, and out of those 18 people, how many are on connected to WIkiTree on Wikidata. So then we say don't show people who has a connection. So then I do a search, and then we get 0. So all people in marked House of Vasa are so that means that we have 100% of the people they have marked, but we have 22 more people in WIkiTree compared to Wikidata. Then I also add those lists. We can set today's date over here, and then I do steal that, click on this list, do the same again. So now we have for House of Windsor, I change this to House of Vasa. I do a search, and to not get this, if you get this, then you just click around, but to make it a little bit more user friendly, then I write embed in front, and then we get the whole list. So normal people can find it easier. So then I do like that, and then House of Vasa will be that Earl, but then I do it also to make it more user friendly. I do it as a Earl with text. Boom. And then we should do the same for the minus list here. I do edit on here and just add the WIkiTree ID 2949 minus, maybe we could add this genealogic also. It's also a genealogy site. See how it works. No match, it's 100%. But then I still do a Earl. So then it doesn't matter that we have genealogics. Maybe we should have that for the other. I can change that. So then we have the list minus, and then I change to the report for Vasa. Like that. And then we should change this list. I click on it. We get this full one, and then we try to add the genealogic. I have done the coding here, I think, or here. So I take the genealogic ID, that's P1819. So if new sources add attributes, it's just to add them to this report. So 1819, and then we take the 1890 genealogic ID and create a Earl for it. So this is the Earl person ID, general ID, and then we call it in this variable, and just by doing that, then we have also that. The problem is if you get too many parameters, then you get it like this. So here we have for House of Vasa, we have the WIkiTree ID, find a grave ID on Sigismund. So if I do like this, this is Sigismund. Do we have a find a grave ID on this one? We don't. So then I can check here. So here is Sigismund. And the question is 51566, then I'm allowed to edit it. So what I do is that I add this person, I don't know what we call it, if it's a C also. I think find a grave is rather good. So I do like that, find a grave and add a ID. And then I also add the WIkiTree Sigismund. Then we take this one, 5290. And then we have a template for that. So that will be Wikidata, and then you have a dash and the argument. And then we say that we have connected it, add the link to Wikidata, and so on. So when we look at this now, we have the normal find a grave with an ID, but we also have this one. V is just to Wikidata. Squid is I think, a rather nice way to look on the Wikidata data. It's more formatted. So if I click on it, and you also can see, so here we have Sigismund, and his data is coming slowly. And here you have the link to the Wikidata normal article, and here you have his sister. And what they have done, which I think is a good thing, is that they compress hide things when you have 10 children. Then you can click here to see the children. And then you have that is part of Nobel House Vasa, and Vasa is, as you can see at the bottom down here, it's 21061, and that's what we searched on. Death date and so on, and also you have links to media about him. And this is free media which can be used. So that's cool with Wikidata. And here we have all the external sources. And in the end we have WIkiTree and we have Find a Grave. And maybe we can see if we find something that could be good. Don't know what this is. In Finnish. Cool. So here we have them. And what can also be done is, and here you have also the parents and so on. If it looks like this, it means that this person, I'm running English now, doesn't have an ID in English. So if we go down and look on this person, you see no label defined, but he has, she has Isabel Johansdotter. So then I just add this here. And we have at least something. And this is the data about her. And if we go back to Squid, which I like, we can see Sigismund. And what we learned was that we found him by searching on House of Vasa. And if we jump to House of Vasa, then we have the same queue number as we had on here, I think. House of Vasa Q601. And then we see that the source they use to get the information is the Armenian Soviet Encyclopedia, the Otto Encyclopedia. It's country Sweden. Founder was Gustav I and so on. And if we do like that, we can see it's people connected to this is those people. And this is the same thing as we did when we did the search. But here you don't have to write the search, you get it for free, which is cool. House of Vasa is also described. So here we have Q21601. What could be done is that we, on our categories, we could also link to this. Then the identifier could be here. So British Museum speaks about House of Vasa, but we could also have that our category House of Vasa links into Wikidata here. Then if I click on British Museum, we should go to their number 151965, and then this is the way they describe it. And they have P12. I'm not expert on this. And then you have collections. But if we look at this, this is a little bit too difficult for me to understand. Collections. So maybe this is collections they have that are about Vasa. No, I think we are just jumping around. Yeah. But this is the way the British Museum and other people connects to Wikidata. Here we have the object ruling house. But this is rather technical. What we also have, if we go back to Sigismund, we added this, we are playing around a little bit with this template. And this template also had, so you have a link to R, which is Resonator. And it's nearly the same as Squid. They have some more functionality. Oh, I think I missed clicking it. There we have it. And they also try to do a family tree. Rather tough. But here you have it presented in another way. You have the external sources and all the wikis down here. So if you have different language, they also have a QR code, which means that you can put your phone against this and jump to this place. They also have started extracting information, pictures available. They did a timeline and so on. But I think the data is the same. They have a family tree they generate. I don't like it so much. But this is cool that you have his signature. Signature name is an attribute on a person in Wikidata. So, and the last one I added yesterday is a family tree I think someone has plotted, which is rather cool. So then you take the Q number and then you generate a tree. So here you get how his family tree is. Mother Catherine, John, and this is done on the data in Wikidata. So then I can go down to Joe Guayla, click on him, and then the tree is from his perspective. But I think it was rather good looking. We will see if we will have it there or not. So this is the way, summarize. I started to create this calc. I added a link to G2G, and then I add a URL to the Wikipedia. I add the object, and then I create lists of it. I can do another one. I think that's enough. I think so. Then we can track how many people we have compared to Wikidata, if we have connected them and so on. It's one way to see that we have more people and the correct people in our categories.